Hi there, Virgo, and welcome to your September 2020 love reading. I want to wish a happy birthday to all of you, whether you've had your birthday already or not. We're going to go ahead and see what's going on for your love life for the rest of September. And we'll start by pulling a card from the Lover's Oracle. It's kind of hard one to shuffle. And here we go. Power. You instinctively know what is right for you, and you have the power to say no or to walk away at any time. So you may be dealing with some power dynamics, Virgo. Only time will tell. And only time will tell. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and use this deck right here. And let's just look at the general, layout for those of you that are single and taken. Suns, Venus, rising. I don't feel as if the moon would resonate so much for these readings, so do check out your sun sign if you are a Virgo moon, and let me know how it resonates as well for you, if it does or not. Let's go ahead and look at a general layout for those of you that are single and taken, and then we'll get into my favorite part of the reading. The Three of Swords. So some of you, single or taken, are going through some heartbreak. You are hurt and you feel a little isolated here and abandoned. You could have been dealing with a third party situation when we're dealing with the Three of Swords. Now I want to warn you, these cards are a little graphic, so I have marked this video 18 and over. And over this we have the Lovers. So for some of you, you need to make a decision about, either this person that you're dealing with this Three of Swords energy with, or you could be also dealing with a Gemini, but you have to sort of focus on the love and make that decision too. So let's see what's going on with the rest of the spread here. Got a little dog. So for some of you also, I'm picking up that you may be with someone as a lover, but it may not be the person that you really have feelings for. That person may have hurt you. And in the past, I do see a reconciliation with the Three of Cups. So I'm getting a sense for some of you, this someone from your past that is kind of hurting you now, but you may actually have somebody else that you're with. And for others of you, there was a reconciliation with this person, but they hurt you again. And now I feel like some of you are just so connected to this person that you're still wanting to be with them and be physical with them. With the Five of Wands at the root of the reading, you see these two are sword fighting here. You feel like it's a little bit of a battle, and we're dealing with wands, so it's like, some of you feel like, should I take action? Shouldn't I take action? Should I fight for this or not? And that's kind of where the decision comes in that needs to be made. Now we do have the Tower in reverse in the coming days and weeks. So this will be through the end of September. And so this means there isn't going to be any fast, sudden changes. The universe or catalysts or external forces won't be coming in to change anything, but we'll go ahead and look deeper into that in a moment. And with the Six of Cups, in the short-term outcome, within a month or two, this is going back to someone in the past. See, he's here, he's thinking about these memories, sort of hurting over it, Three of Wands. So I do feel like you're still going to be open to letting this person back in emotionally, but it does hurt you, this situation. A lot of you are in something very cyclical. Now, if you are in a stable relationship, it's just sort of, yes, these cycles that you go through, sort of a battle of wills, and then kind of reconciling, coming together and going apart, a sort of a rhythm that you two have, but it is a little bit tumultuous. It does wear on you. And so you're hoping, you're kind of Virgo, you can be an idealist. You're hoping for everything to be great, but you kind of stay in this reality, this down to earth, right? Earthy Virgo reality of, but I have to deal with the BS too if I want to deal with the good stuff. That kind of an attitude. And then for those of you that are single, it's someone that you're like very intimate with, that you're reconnecting with over and over again. So let's go ahead and see what's going on with the Tower in reverse in the coming days and weeks. And we have the Five of Swords in reverse. So you're not going to be saying anything to this person. You actually you actually don't really feel like battling with them. You are sort of at this time, but it's more a battle of wills than battle of words. You're not really, even for you, Virgo, you're being kind of quiet. Normally you would sort of call this person out or tell them what you want and how you think. I have a Virgo moon, and I know it can be like that sometimes, but right now you're not going to really do anything. So not only is there not going to be any catalyst, there's not going to be anything said either. Neither of you are going to say anything to change anything. Let's go ahead and pull one more card to clarify this little situation coming up for Virgo. The King of Pentacles in reverse. So it's kind of being like at a standstill. This is your energy, Virgo. You're the King of Pentacles. You could also be dealing with a Taurus or a Taurus or a Capricorn, but they're being very, you know, they're not going to be doing anything either. Neither are you. And it's just going to keep kind of going in this little circle here. In the long-term outcome, we have the Nine of Cups in reverse. So this is wish fulfillment. This is getting everything you want, you know, and kind of being the master of your destiny. And so in reverse, you're not really going to be feeling fulfilled. You're just going to kind of keep going through this. And then we have the Eight of Swords here in the atmosphere. So it's a little bit of a mental trap for you. And I think, and I tell my clients this pretty often, that you should really, especially for Virgo Mercury energy, be writing, be journaling, even doing daily tasks like the dishes and cleaning, but I'm sure you already do that anyway. It's very therapeutic for you, Virgo. So doing those things is going to keep you from getting into any sort of verbal debate and sort of keep you at least in your own energy. Now in your hopes and fears position, we have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. So you're kind of worried this isn't reciprocal. You're like, okay, why isn't this going anywhere? Now for a lot of you, I feel like it's just sort of the dynamics of the relationship, right? I look a lot at synastry and relationships in my personal readings, and so I just know with some people, they can get caught up in a dynamic that isn't necessarily the most reciprocal for them. So a lot of you, it's that. For some, but it is in your hopes and fears in reverse. So you're afraid of that, but it's not necessarily going to, it's not necessarily that it's true. This person could be trying just as hard as you to make this work, fighting for it, and it's just kind of the dynamic between you two is that you're either going to be comfortable in this, but if you want to evolve into something more, you may have to pick a different partner, because it's sort of like you two are stuck in a script. Now, another way to get through that would be scripting, kind of in your mind, have different conversations with your partner and imagine different conversations and scenarios that you two don't usually have. And then you'll have one of those scenarios and you'll go, oh, aha, and you kind of figure it out. It'll come and go from you, but I would recommend that if you feel like you're sort of stuck in a script with someone. All right, and with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse here, yeah, you just feel like you're not seeing enough tangible results. You're only sort of going in this emotional, physical loop. And so, all right, I think it's about time that we explore how your person is thinking and what they're gonna do about it, because yeah, it's sort of like this cycle that you two are in. And so even if it's not an official thing, and if it is a real relationship, it's sort of like you may be wondering, isn't there a way for us to grow or evolve? You know, you're feeling a little stagnant, or you know, Virgo loves routine, and I'm sure you've gravitated towards that, but you may be feeling like you need a sense of novelty at this point. And my cards are a little bit graphic, so I do mark the videos as 18 and over. Go ahead and get into what is Virgo's person of interest or significant other feeling about them at this time. It kind of goes back to the power thing, like setting boundaries, knowing when to walk away. It may just be that you two are so comfortable that if you did set some new boundaries or just switched it up a little, not to play games, that it could change the dynamic and bring out other elements and solutions into the relationship. Loud there, sorry Virgo. Turn the music down a little. So how is Virgo's person of interest or significant other feeling about them at this time? the King of Pentacles in reverse. So they're feeling like you're a little bit unstable, Virgo, or you're not being your full self. Or at the same time, if you are dealing with a Taurus or Capricorn or another Virgo Earth sign, they don't feel like, or even any other sign really, they don't feel like being your divine counterpart, your King of Pentacles. But they do also feel like you're not really being in your highest good or your full power either at this time, Virgo. Maybe they think you're being, this sounds a little harsh, but like weak or not being true to yourself, something like that. So what is Virgo's person going to do about how they're feeling about Virgo? What's Virgo's person of interest or significant other going to do about this? Death, gradual changes, transformation, you know. They may try to stir, rock the boat with you a little bit. That could be where some of the battles are coming in, because they're trying to, you know, provide this catalyst as well to create some change for you too. It's dripping the candle on there. So this is what is the outcome going to be as a result of what Virgo's person is thinking and feeling about them present time. The outcome is the Queen of Cups in reverse. They're sort of going to check out emotionally, not being as nurturing or available or there for you. So yeah, this is kind of a rough patch, but you know, death also represents transformation. So, you know, they could actually be leading you to someone else as well for some of you. Now, if you're in a relationship, it's just kind of a really rocky time so that you two can hit rock bottom and have to rebuild. It's kind of, you know, even if it's not rock bottom, you know, you may hit a little bit of a low, then a lower low than usual, or just, you know, than the normal day-to-day, and maybe have a fire blowout since we were seeing some conflict, and then that is to renew, but it's not going to be so easy or happen so quickly. Sort of like you're in the middle of it. It's going to take a little while to play out. We'll clarify that a little bit. So how's Virgo feeling about their person of interest or significant other at the present moment? How are they feeling about their significant other, the person of interest? This one jumped out. Judgment. So you are kind of, you know, trying to figure out where this is going, and some of you may feel like it's karmic if you really are in a cycle. But some of you are waiting, you know, for the universe to sort of bring you to the next level. Like, just you're thinking, well, maybe this isn't the life phase yet for us to move forward. So you're kind of waiting for fate. It's not the Wheel of Fortune, but I just feel like you're waiting for a higher power to intervene. Or if it's karmic, you're kind of waiting for it to play out so that you can figure out how to proceed. You're trying to, some of you, I get the sense of is this the one? Isn't this the one? Should I be dealing with so much? Should it be easier? Something like that. And what is Virgo going to do about how they're feeling? Now, the other interesting thing, and this did come up in one of the other readings, is death is the card for Scorpio and judgment is the card for Pluto. So, you know, this is the same sort of transformation where they are going to be acting to create that, since the catalyst isn't going to come naturally. You know, that Tower in reverse it's not going to happen naturally. They may be the ones to stir it up. And it's almost like here with Pluto, it could be something in your subconscious mind that's pushing them, or something in your aspects maybe with Pluto that you're like, they subconsciously know that they're going to have to be the one to act here, because that's the action they're taking. And you already know this, but it's like they're going to do it. And with Pluto and the 8th house, subconscious 8th house stuff, you know, sex, death, and taxes. So it's a very intuitive thing. All right, so what is Virgo going to do about all this? What is Virgo going to do? 5 of Wands. So you're kind of, you know, going to continue to try to make it work, even though it's sort of like an all hope is lost moment, like in the movies, you know, where it's like, especially if it's someone you keep going back and forth with, you know, in this, it kind of looks like this man's being cheated on, or like he's what's that called, voyeur, and he's watching them. Now, I know this is funny, Virgo, but I read before that Virgos are the biggest cuckolders. So this is just for some of you. You may actually enjoy sort of sharing your partner. And so This is just for a tiny group of you, and I hope this doesn't put off the rest of you, but you actually, it's like you don't, for a handful of you, I feel like you don't want to be totally serious with this person because you actually enjoy sharing them with other people. And you know that if you become serious, you'll have to admit that to them or not have that element altogether. But at the same time, you kind of like it. Now, for some of you, that could be a very subconscious thing. You may not even realize that you like it. Or for some of you, that could be what you're sort of learning, is like you think you want monogamy and all of this, but there's a side of you that operates in a state of dysfunction, so you have to sort of flesh that out. I'm just getting that. Almost like a contradiction of what you want versus what you're manifesting. So really think clearly about, you know, how you feel about commitment and, you know, and passion, and weigh out like really what are your ideals when it comes to a relationship. Maybe you really are a swinger for some of you, and so you kind of put off commitment even though you think you really want it, or something like that. It could be play out different ways, you know. So all right, and you know, for others of you, could be you don't want to give up third parties. This isn't really a card of third parties, but it just, I feel like there's some difficulty with commitment here. It could be your other person not wanting to give them up and you fighting them. Hey, you need to knock it off, you know. What is the outcome going to be for this scenario for Virgo for the rest of September 2020? The Ten of Swords. Yeah, you pretty much, any pain, I do feel like you're in a pretty, it's like a transformation you're going through, Virgo, but it's not the most glamorous reading. It's, you know, it's like one of those rough patches. And so with all of this going on, you're just going to feel like some of you really is a third party situation going on, and I don't see that too often. There's, you know, in this card, there's these two, and she's in here mourning it like she lost, you know, she lost to this woman. So in the traditional deck, all the swords are in the back, but this is completion as well. So a lot of you are just going to be walking away or realizing that you don't want to be in this cycle anymore, and you don't want to share, you know. So I would love to pull some clarifiers to look a little bit deeper into this Five of Wands and Ten of Swords especially, and the Death card. And I'll go ahead and do that in the extended reading. So if you'd like to join me there, Virgo, you can go to the description box below and click on the extended and personal readings link and go scroll to the bottom. You'll see the Virgo September 2020 extended love reading. You can go ahead and order it. It'll be sent to your email through a link. Click on it. You can join us there. It's on the Psychics Gold platform. My personal readings are also there if you would like one of those. And you can also subscribe to the channel and like it and get notifications if you'd like to see future tarot readings. And beyond that, I'm also doing the big 144 series. I just recently completed the Virgo Sun Aries Moon video. So if you are a Virgo Sun Aries Moon, I encourage you to go check that out. Give me your feedback on that. If you are a Virgo with a different moon sign, then go ahead and like and subscribe and hit notification if you want to see when I get to your Virgo Sun, Rising, and Moon. I'm actually going through all 1,728 Sun, Moon, Rising combinations. The risings are sort of a bonus. And I want to go ahead and pull one more card from the Lover's Oracle to leave you with, Virgo. And for those of you joining me, to lead you with. We really, I have to say this, we really do make a lot of headway in the extendeds, and I never say that till we're in it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot how, like, just really dives deep for some reason in the extended. So, okay, this one says, criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. And this reminds me of an exercise I like to do sometimes when I sort of get, I've been single for a while, and I'll get stuck in some sort of scenario with someone I don't really like, but they'll be the one, you know, that's insisting on being with me. And so a really good exercise for that, or for just even when you are with someone you really love, but it's a very challenging time, like I feel like a lot of you are in, Virgo, is to write lists of positive aspects and write them about your mate. So even if it's like you're 1 foot out the door and you're ready to get out of this thing, if you can still, even if say you hate this person because they've have broken your heart, because we saw that Three of Swords. Write those lists of positive aspects. Even go back to mates before that. And, you know, really at the end of the day, what the universe is doing is collecting data to sort of mold you your perfect mate, and then you have to vibrate high to reach them. So if you can look at all your past mates, or even the people who rejected you, and write a list of positive aspects, a lot of times it'll bring someone in new really quickly. So even right now, and it can also modify the behavior, sort of like that scripting we talked about. So even if you're feeling really critical of your partner, or sort of like you're giving up, if you can kind of still find a way to list off like 20 things that you enjoy about them, or did enjoy about them before they made you mad, it can really transform their behavior, your behavior, or bring someone entirely new in. So I hope this helped. I look forward to doing future readings for you. If you're joining me in the extended, I'll see you there. And for the rest of you, I'll see you in October. Lots of love, blessings, and light to you.